So I pulled the battery and ignore all the rust that's supposed to be there. Originally, I just was curious on this relay. This is the horn relay, and I already kind of did the work there, but took the relay off. It was working fine, just cleaned it up, cleaned the contacts up, and I put new connectors on that end. But I figured while I was doing that, I would tackle the battery box, which is right there. A lot of these German cars, Volkswagens, had these little, I think they're called Continental fuses, or there's different words for them. But either way, this one's missing the cover. There's a plastic cover. This is the fuse for the hazard relay. But either way, it's pretty dirty. So the plan is to take that off, clean everything up, get those fuses right, because some of those fuses aren't correct. And then clip those wires, maybe just a 1/4 inch, clean everything up, and make it like brand new. First thing I'm gonna do is put some penetrating oil in those 2 screws. That's what holds the block down, and then go from there. So this is kind of a before photo, and do some cleaning, and we'll hopefully have an after. So I took out the fuse block, or whatever you want to call this. This is the one from the 912, and I had to go online to get one that had a cover. Now the one I bought said 356, and they look identical, but I'm sure other people know this, but I thought it was interesting. I turned them around, and they're not identical. So these 2 circuits on the 356, I guess, are tied together. They're one circuit, where this one that came off my 912, these are independent circuits. So the only ones that are identical are these 3. But either way, it's pretty obvious when you look at it. So, but I'm glad I flipped it over and looked, because I think I read somewhere that they're the same. They're both 12, 12 fuses, but they're wired differently. So I'm sure if you were to wire, this one in, or place this one in, you might blow a fuse or something, because our lights would be on when they're not supposed to. I don't know, but yeah, it's fine by me, because I didn't damage this one in any way. It's perfectly good to go. It is dirtier, so I do have to clean it. I just washed these, but really all of the reason why I bought it was for this top part, because these get lost all the time, and they fit perfectly fine. So this one I actually did sand. I went from I think 800 grit to 1500 grit, and then I ever so lightly buffed it. That's why it kind of has that finish. It's made out of, I think, Bakelite, not plastic, so it's, got to be really careful. And but no, it looks really good. Not too shiny, just enough. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this one up. Probably take the Dremel with the buffing brush on each one of these. Take these screws out, clean those. There's plenty of these to go around, but yeah. So that's the new fuse block with the correct fuses. They're all white with the 225 amps on those 2, and I think one's for an auxiliary heater, which I don't even have anything plugged in. So, but just it looks so it looks stock. I'm going to check the wiring diagram just to make sure. There's a couple wires there that I just want to make sure aren't flip-flop, like the yellows or some of those blacks. But looks pretty good. I only did a couple wires actually, where I stripped them and then put new solder on. The rest, what I did was I took a Dremel with a wire brush and then just did the whole exposed side, because every little bit was actually already tinned and all that, and I realized quickly the copper wasn't really taking the flux I had, so I figured I might as well just use the old wire as long as it was clean, and see how that goes. So that's really it for this. I have the cap right here, so that's gonna go on like so. Be a little cleaner, but before I put the battery in and test it out, I'm gonna go and check the wiring diagrams to make sure, especially with those blacks and like I said, some of these wires. But I think I got everything right. It's one of the good reasons to leave the solder on there, like the ends, was that they're all indented, so you can kind of tell where they go. But either way, the only other thing I did was I cleaned up those wires for the wiper, so draw a lot of current, and it cleaned that little connector. That's actually for the hazard lights, that the black one. Cleaned that in, but I didn't really film that. But anyway, I'm really happy with it. It looks a lot better than it used to look. So, okay, I tried everything out and everything works. I have that back in there. Looks really clean, much cleaner than it does before. I cleaned this box out, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Just a freshen up, really, not necessarily like it's a refurbishment. So looks good. Everything worked. The only thing I noticed was something that was already wrong, which was I flipped the highs and lows on that one. So I had to actually take the headlight out and flip the highs and lows. But looks good. One job done. Thanks.